Doing good. It's my post-birthday little win here, so I'm kind of excited.
Heck yeah. When was your birthday?
My birthday was yesterday. So we
Happy birthday. That's
yeah,
a good
yeah.
present.
I knew you were a
appreciate that.
Libra.
Say it again.
I said I knew you were a Libra.
See, you feel me. You feel me. I appreciate that.
Last week at NAU, tough loss. This week, the offense, clicking on all cylinders, throwing the ball, getting things going. What was the biggest change you noticed from last week to this week?
Just a complete energy shift at practice, which is what I think going into NAU was what was the problem. I think there was a complete lack of energy. And then, like as Coach Finn mentioned, we convened as a team, we talked, and we say that that's unacceptable. Wins and losses are part of the game, but it's unacceptable to have a lack of energy and a lack of effort. And that's, as a team, that's what we banded together. And that was our message as leaders. And you see today, when we play with energy, we can be pretty good.
What changes? Like, how does the practice energy shift like that? Like, was there, come to Jesus moment?
Once we had our little talk, it's a mindset thing, especially with football, because it's already hard enough. So if you come out on the field feeling sorry for yourself, then that's where you lose, and that's where there's a lack of energy. But going into practice Tuesday, we all knew that 0-4 is unacceptable. And so we came to practice Tuesday with a burst of energy. We were almost revitalized by that loss. So it was great. It was awesome.
The receivers, I know they, kind of talked with some of the coaches and, asked for probably the ball a little bit more. How impressed were you with them that they were, making plays left and right?
Our receivers, they didn't, truth be told, they didn't impress me at all, because I knew that going in. I knew in practice I have so much faith in our receivers that I'm like, you get those guys the ball, you get them what they want, and they'll start making plays. So I was just more proud to see what they're doing. But I was more than aware that those guys were capable of taking over the game like that.
Yeah. You guys as an offensive line against this UC Davis front, created a ton of holes for your, Tevin and a bunch of other guys. What was the key to your success today?
Man, just protect Sticks. We knew we had a rookie QB back there, and we know how after a loss it can get hectic. He can start to doubt himself. So going into the game, by any means, we're going to protect our quarterback, and it falls into the running back as well. And so that was the whole thing. Just protect our guys, man. We were already in a kind of bad position, I would say. And so we as an offensive line, we put it on our backs and said we're gonna win this game.
What has impressed you about Sticks? I know he's had some turnovers early in the year. Today, flawless in that respect, seemed poised.
Right, just like you said, that word poised. Even in practice, Sticks would throw an interception and like turn around at me and smile. You know what I mean? And so that's how I know there's no up or down with Sticks. He's always even, and that's why he's able to perform like this after a bad loss last week. He's so poised. Nothing gets to him. And for him to be young, I don't see things like that too often.
The locker room afterwards, what was that like?
Man, wish we had some cameras in there. But yeah, the energy was crazy in the locker room, as it should be. Wins are hard to come by. You know what I mean? So anytime you get a win, you should celebrate. And that's what we were in there doing. We were pretty excited in there. So it's a fun time in Pocatello right now.
How do you keep that energy up going into next week?
It's an addictive feeling winning and it's celebrating and being happy and being joyful. So knowing that we want to win next week, then again, mentality going into practice, we're coming with energy, we're coming with effort, we're coming with vibrancy. You know what I mean? Because we want to win again. 0-4 is losing anything is pretty tough on us. So we really like winning. So we're gonna do what we can to keep doing that.
A lot of times when unranked teams play ranked teams, they lose the game before it even starts. But pre-game, like, you guys seemed hyped up. You seemed ready to go. Did you notice that you're like, wow, we seem?
I felt it immediately. I was like, well, we didn't sound like this NAU game. That's the first thing I said to myself. So I knew there was going to be a slight little shift there. You know what I mean? Pre-game, I seen everybody, even the guys who necessarily weren't going to play that much, their energy was sky high. And that's what you need, especially for the sidelines.
Was there a moment before the final whistle where you kind of felt like, oh, this game is yours?
Said it. Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Yeah. Was there a moment before the final whistle where you knew the game was kind of yours already?
Yeah, no, you could feel it. That's why if you see me, I was hyping the crowd up. I was trying to get the sideline into it. I can feel that we were taking over. And the offensive line, they gave me that energy. They gave me that surge. And so I looked around. I was like, yeah, we probably going to get this one.
As a team, losing obviously sucks, right? Simply put, Where do you guys keep all the rally to keep on, fighting and winning, and especially in a season like this?
Man, we just, like I said, just like you said, losing sucks. Nobody, like, if I lose anything, like I'm gonna be in a bad mood, and that could be like a quarter or something. I lose it, I'm gonna be in a bad mood. So, as much as we can win, as much as we can feed off of this energy, this new energy that we have, we're gonna keep doing that. And like I just told Jordan, the energy right now is crazy. So all we got to do is keep pushing that to the right place, which is practice, and then that's how we keep getting results like this.
Yeah, Rob Fantasy teams are 4-19 away from Holt Arena. How do you keep this energy going against Portland State in a 2-game road trip?
Man, 4-19 is unacceptable. You know what I mean? 4-20 is even more unacceptable. So we're gonna do our damnedest to make sure that's 5-19. So, and that's unacceptable. We won't stand for that. Not even a little bit.
Awesome, man. Congrats on the big win.
Appreciate you.
ATC, 2 weeks ago when you guys played Sacramento State, it was really the defense that went out there and really grinded, and the offense kind of needed to step things up a little bit. You guys looked great out there today. Is that something that you guys have trying to like work on a little bit? Is just stepping up the offense's game?
Absolutely. And when, like Coach Finn mentioned, when we had that meeting with Coach Feder, the offensive coordinator, that was one of the things that we talked about. We felt that the defense was coming along, and we needed to match their energy and match their effort. And so we made him a promise that whatever changes we made, that we were gonna be sure to execute them. You know what I mean? And so and that's pretty much how that went.
So it was in that meeting. It was on Monday.
Yes.
And it was between the whole offense, Coach Ferreter and Coach Fennessy.
Yes, everybody.
How long was it?
Decent amount.
And what was discussed? Like, what changes were brought up?
Well, just a lot of team stuff. Just a lot of offensive schematic stuff that we discussed. But it was, like I said, it was just more personal, and us and as leaders taking accountability for things. I think that was the biggest thing we needed to change. We don't really do finger pointing, but people needed to say, okay, I need to step up here in this role, and I need to step up in this role. And that was pretty much kind of what we adjusted for the most part. Schematically, we were already going to make changes, we were already going to, like, a game to game, we kind of changed our game plan, but that was more for, that was more personal talk. Like let's get it going. It was pretty motivational. So
gotcha. Was that like the offensive meeting room or something?
No, we just met like in the locker room or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like personally, like, for you or as the offensive line, like, what did you guys say?
We just said we got a rookie quarterback back there. You know what I mean? And sometimes it can take a long time to come to speed. He's brand new, and the quarterback is the toughest position on the field. So as an offensive line, that was our thing. We need to protect them better. And at NAU, we did not do a good job at that at all. And that was our mentality going into this game.
Has that ever happened before since you've been at Idaho State? One of those meetings?
Here and there, yeah. We meet kind of often,
Yeah.
It so happens that we were on a losing streak. We met, you guys know we met, and then we won. So it kind of seemed bigger than what it is, but
Sure. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
It's just a new scenarios, hurt quarterback, hurt running backs, you know what I mean? So we kind of had to tighten up around each other.
Yeah. How did you notice the play calling difference today?
It's crazy. As a center, like, I really kind of don't notice it. Like, I'm banging heads, so I don't really, like, there's no patterns to me, but we ran the ball when we needed to. And that tells me that Coach Ferreter trusted us, and I truly appreciate that, and I'm glad we can execute that on the back end.
Awesome. Thanks so much, man. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Hey, happy belated birthday.
Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good one. Thank you.
You too.